Hello,
Hi,
how are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
I'm so excited about today's conversation.
Hmm.
I've been talking about it for like a week, and I'm
Oh,
just thrilled. I can't wait to dive in and find out, learn more about you and your genius.
oh, thank you so much.
Welcome. I'll just introduce you and get started. Today's guest, welcome to Driven by Design, another series with today's guest, Emma Donnersberg, the visionary publisher, interior, and furniture designer. With a background in interior design from Parsons School of Design in New York City, Emma's creations transcend boundaries and tell stories of her European heritage and the rich tapestry of design influence she's encountered during her travels around the globe. Using a rich palette of colors, textures, and spatial arrangement, Emma transforms spaces into works of art that exude luxury and sophistication. In 2020, Emma pivoted to mostly focus on collectible furniture, lighting, and the like. Her innovative designs, showcased at prestigious international art fairs like PAD Paris and Design Miami, seamlessly blend sculptural elegance with practical functionality, drawing inspiration from nature and a selection of various elevated materials. Emma's work isn't just limited to art fairs. She's also been featured in major publications like Architectural Digest, Elle Decor, um, Elle Decor, Vogue Living, and beyond. Join us as we dive deeper into Emma's design world and discover the magic she weaves through her creations. Quite the portfolio. As I said, I'm just so excited. I can't wait to hear more about you and how you got started. To begin, can you tell us a little bit about your background and
sure.
where you grew up, what you were like as a child, and what your
Wow.
environment was like?
So I grew up around Paris. We were living like not in Paris. Paris was like the big capital for me.
Um,
I didn't think I would live here actually,
oh,
and I always loved like craft and drawing and painting. Actually, I think I'll go back to painting at some point because I really love it.
um,
Uh, I was always painting skies. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But I mean, I had artistic abilities when I was younger,
mhm.
and but I never thought I could make it as a job because in my family it was more like I had to be a lawyer, or so I never thought that I could. It was going to be a job for me. So that's a bit strange, but it worked out, so everybody's happy. But
Did you
but
come
yeah.
from a big family?
I was so my I have a half brother from my dad's first marriage, and then I have a little sister who is 8 years younger.
Oh,
Who already has two kids and one on the go. So she's actually
oh
the
wow.
older spiritually, but not in the age because I don't have kids yet. Um, and yeah, my sister is a lawyer actually, so she's the one
Oh,
who like made my parents happy, not me.
oh, come on. I bet they're happy.
They're happy now, but
You are
I
so
mean, I went
accomplished.
through like searching for myself. It took a long time,
Yeah.
but I couldn't do I couldn't do like any job if I was not happy with it. I cannot. I'm very authentic, and it has to be something I really felt. So I understand. Like I really think that people should take the time to really find their what they love to do, because it's every day of your life after. So you'd better not make the wrong
Yeah.
choice. It's
No, I totally agree. I'm with you. Like I also cannot do um I will suffer before I will do a job that
it's impossible.
I will I don't enjoy because we spend the majority of our life working. If we
Yeah,
don't enjoy it, we're not
but it's
living.
not even a job at the end of the day. When you really, I mean, it's a job because you have like, of course, you have to face problems or difficulties sometime, and if you have employees and everything. But it's also a pleasure. I mean, we're very lucky to be able to do that, or going to art fairs. Like I was in Basel
Oh,
yesterday, so I mean, we're very, very, I have a lot of gratitude because,
me too.
some people don't have the opportunity also because you have to pay the bills and, so at the beginning it's hard when you start your business. You're not sure you know where you're going with it, but so now it worked out. It took some time, and also I was not doing furniture. Furniture is really recent. I was doing interior design. Furniture came after, so
Yes,
and
so
now it's taking most of my
that
time.
was the next question. Take us back
Oh,
to the beginning, the beginning of your journey into interiors design. How did you start? Where did you start? And why did you start?
so you know the little story. Should I tell it? Because
Tell it.
people are going to think I'm
I'm
crazy.
so interested. I think it's amazing. No, please tell it.
So I was in my 20s and I was in New York and I was really lost. I didn't know where I was going, like what I was going to do. Honestly, I was maybe going to law school, but I didn't feel it was the right thing. I mean, it was not for me. So I went to see this astrologic chart reader for the astrology sign in New York at the Kabbalah Center. And actually, she kept saying that she sees design and she sees a lot of talent for the space. And I had no idea, really no idea. I mean, it was really like not even a subject for me. And so, and then she said like I should go there and that, in that field. And I was like, oh, well, I left and then I looked on internet what is the best school of design in New York, and then I found Parsons School. And so I registered, and that's how I started. And it worked out. Thank God she didn't tell me she sees me as a butcher because I'm vegetarian, so that would have sucked.
It was been terrible.
I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
so
I
it
have
worked
so
out.
many questions.
It worked
So,
out.
was she a psychic?
No, she's astrology, the
Yes,
astrology
yes,
charts,
yes,
like with
yes.
the planets and like, I don't know, I guess she, it worked. I mean,
What
I
is your
told you she saw me
sign?
married and I'm not married yet, so that I'm still waiting. But
Oh my goodness. What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Me
Oh,
too.
really? When is your birthday?
7-Eleven.
Oh my God, I'm July 9.
Oh my gosh, just 2 days apart.
Yeah.
Wait, so you enrolled in this school and then what did you do?
So I enrolled in Parsons School for like the master, the associate degree. It
Hmm.
was in New York. We learned like how to basically work on floor plans and or 3ds Max for also like how to basically you have to express your thought. So they try to give you the tools to express your thoughts. Like if you have an idea of a space, how do you show it to a client? So you need tools, and those tools are 3D drawing and the organization of the space. Also, how do you come up with a concept? Um, what is your thread of thoughts, especially for commercial projects, even residential actually, but commercial you can go further in the concept and to go all the way. That's what I learned, to really go all the way for the whole concept that you have in mind and express it. And we had also painting classes, and I mean a lot of different classes during 2 years. I did it in 2 years, and that helps you really in your mind um, do the project and then put it on the paper and show it to clients. So it
Hmm.
was really, really, really helpful. Really helpful.
Hmm.
I mean, I still sometimes think about some of the classes and use the tools.
Yeah.
So
What do you think stood out the most that you learned there? What lesson
it's
and the tools?
it's more that to go beyond the limits when you try to go for example, we had to draw and to we had a space, and then they say like you do the lobby of a political group, so you do whatever you want. So I picked, it was the LICRA, which is the League Against Racism and Anti-Semitism. And how was I going to draw it? So the whole concept was basically everything was very sharp. It was very hard. So I had like this desk that was very pointy, very, because it came to the feeling of the pain of the racism, the anti-Semitism. Actually, it's a very good subject these days. And also so I did bookshelves that were very imbalanced. So they were like, how do you call it? Like they were not close to the wall. They were just like coming in on an angle. And I remember it was the hardest teacher at Parsons School, and it was actually now with like some feedback. It was the best because he really taught us how to go all the way. And even if the drawing was not the best that I did, like the 3D was not the best 3D you can see, I still got an A because the concept was there. So that was the most important. You know, I'm not the best at 3D. I don't do 3Ds anymore, actually. Like, I don't have time, so I have like graphic designers who do it for me.
Yes.
But even in school, I was not the best. It was more about the concept, and so people should not feel that they cannot do this field just because they're lacking some. There's always a way to express yourself.
Yes.
You know?
I agree. Yes. There's always someone you can add to your team or connect with that will complement your skill set.
Exactly, and that will help you. And it's just, well, the most important thing is the idea first.
Yes.
Why do you have this idea? Why is it different from what everybody would do? Or what makes it unique, and what makes it also logical? You know, so that's very important. And then after you try to find a way to express it. So the more tools you have, the best. But you know, sometimes you're limited with your abilities, and then you can ask for some help. There's no problem. You know, I know the best designers that don't know how to draw, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, actually, my drawing is not my best skill set.
I'm like Basquiat, so
I'm same.
It's actually the best now, but 50 million paintings, but to show a project to a client, they will not like a Basquiat, you know.
Exactly. No, same. I am like I am a conceptual artist for sure, as you are, and then I have team members that help me.
I'm the same. I'm the same. So it's okay. It's totally okay. And so then I graduated from Parsons, and then I worked for an interior designer in New York, in Tribeca, and it lasted very, very short. It was very short because then after I got hired by the cousin of a friend who wanted to do his house, I mean his apartment. It was actually in the building where, in Union Square, where Andy Warhol was shot. That was my first project.
Oh my goodness!
And I did the apartment for him, and then I opened my practice. So it was It took
It was so fast. Okay, so you only worked, I think you told me, like a few months with this other firm before going out on your own.
Yeah, like 3 months.
And after this first project, did you just have projects continuing like afterward, like that were consecutive and kept you?
I was very lucky because also I had some foreign people who were living in New York, so French people. Since I was French, it helped. And then it was a word of mouth. But then in 2008, with the subprime crisis, I lost some clients. And I decided to move back to Paris. And I was doing back and forth between Paris and New York all the time. And then after, after it, you have some time where it's more slow, but I always had work. So I was very lucky.
Yes, you were very, very lucky. Actually,
but also because also I'm obsessed with art. So when I have some free time, I can go to the art fairs. And so it never feels like I have enough time, actually.
Actually, I'm the same. But I did not start my firm 3 months after working for. I started my firm 3.5 years after working for I was the lead designer for another small boutique firm, and before that, I worked commercial, but I was finishing up school. I worked at a commercial firm, so I it took so long for me to make that jump because I am so like almost a prisoner to duty, but also I had the connections to the clients and I
I see.
felt like I could not leave mid project. You know, it
I
was
see.
just I it pained me to leave
I
mid. I left
understand.
through projects. So I started mine, and since I began, there has also not been any downtime.
Yeah.
So I have just there's always things to do. I've not even made it to one art fair because I
Oh,
am
I understand.
so busy.
I understand. I
So
understand.
busy.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yes. It
It's a
is.
lot
It
of
is a
work.
lot. And a lot of people, whenever they see the interior design firms from afar, they think it's very glamorous, but it
It's
is.
you're a slave.
You are a
You're a
slave.
slave to the client. That's
Yes.
why I'm doing more furniture to just I take few clients in interior design. I don't want to have like 10 projects at the same time. So I want fewer clients in interior design, and then to do my I'm trying to really develop the furniture line.
Hmm.
So I really wanted to develop it worldwide. So I'm just signing right now with Middle East. We're in the US, we're in Australia, in France. So trying to develop that is very interesting, and you're a slave too, but not to the client. You know, I mean, it's different. It's
Yeah.
different.
Okay, so whenever you opened your firm, how long were you just focused on interior design before you transitioned to furniture design?
Oh, that took years because I just started. I just started the furniture design during COVID, so it's brand new. So I started the interior design in 2008, and then the furniture design maybe 2 years ago. I mean, I had like the mushrooms that I did in 2017, but it was just for fun. I don't know. I mean, I wanted to do mushroom tables, so that's my yeah, my unconscious, my subconscious, because I'm allergic to mushrooms. So maybe subconsciously I wanted to make them at table. But the whole furniture line is only for the last 2 years.
Wow.
So,
So
and it
you,
was because of COVID, because I was stuck. I couldn't go to construction sites, and then I needed to do something, and I started to draw furniture, and I needed to furnish my apartment because I had just moved to another place, and that's how it all started. And I didn't know it was going to turn into a real furniture line, and then it's really did. But it's sometimes life also takes you, it shows you the way that you would not imagine. So then you have to listen to the signs. So
yes.
yeah,
Where were you in 2020 whenever you decided to start the furniture
I
line?
was in
And
Paris, but I
okay.
moved apartment in Paris. Yeah, during COVID, I was stuck in Paris. I mean, I was in the mountain, and then I came to Paris,
Hmm.
and then I got this new apartment and was now my showroom gallery,
Hmm.
and I instead of furnishing with other people design, I really wanted to do the whole way my concept of the apartment. So I just was finishing the interiors design, and then I started with the furniture. I wanted to draw my sofa, then I wanted to draw my coffee table, and then I wanted to draw the chairs, the dining chairs, and then it turned out into a furniture line because basically I have the whole object for the whole apartment. So
And so how did you then advertise those pieces of furniture that you designed for your apartment on your
So
social
on my
on Instagram?
Instagram,
Hmm.
it started with my Instagram, and then I had galleries who wanted to represent the work,
Ah,
and then so that's how yeah, that's how it started. So then I signed with. I mean, I always had Maison Gérard in New York, which is my first gallery for my mushrooms, and then I
mm-hmm.
had other galleries reaching out for other things, and so that's how I mean, I was focusing in the U.S.
Hmm.
first,
Mm-hmm.
because that's my main market. That's where I work the most
Mm-hmm.
for my furnitures. And so that's how it started. And then galleries, and then after a gallery in France, wanted a gallery in London, and then and then they did the fairs also. I did like Basel in Miami, and then I did like so yeah.
So did you reach out to the galleries reached out to you? You never reached out
Yes.
to a gallery?
No, I mean, yeah, I did also. I'm sure
Did
I did. Yeah, yeah,
you did? Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I just know. Then
Wow.
because when I started to really wanted to develop the line, then I had to think which gallery would be good for this items or this item. Actually, I'm still like looking for a gallery in LA. I'm thinking like where would be a good fit in Los Angeles or San Francisco. Where should I'm thinking. I don't really know. That's why I'm. If you have an idea, by the way,
Okay.
let me know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you some ideas for LA.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because it's nice to be in the East Coast and they all want exclusivity, but some of my items I don't want to give exclusivity, like the chairs. The chairs are very popular, the cloud chairs, and they have. I would love to be in East and West Coast. I think people need to sit on them, to buy them, and so it's they're very comfortable, and I want people to feel that. So
Mm.
yeah, but if you have ideas, I would definitely be very open to that.
Okay.
And so that's yeah, it's been very very busy last 2 years. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I think you wanted to know how I start with also the concept of the pieces.
Yes. Like, can you walk us through your creative
Yes,
process
yes.
in conceptualizing and bringing to life new furniture pieces?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if people work like this, but for me, it's like I have an idea. Let's say I say, okay, I want to develop a chair that look, no, a collection. Let's say a collection that looks like that is inspired by bonsai trees because I love bonsai trees.
Oh, me too.
That's actually how we did with Abel Carcamo, the Penzai collection. And so I start to like search every like a lot of photos of bonsai and on Google and like looking at the shapes and then I select the best the one that speaks the most to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that I make a folder, then I start some sketches, and then I send it to my graphic designer who I work with for years, and then I ask him to like redraw this in a table basically and with the sketch that I had started, and then he shows me something, I make the changes, then when we agree on the main look, then he makes it in 3D, and then I change the last details on the 3D, and when I have the piece that I really like, then I send it to the craftsman, and then they make it. And then I go see the prototype. I taste it. I mean, I sit on it if it's a chair, and then after we've commercialized it. I mean, we take photos. So I always have like in the showroom original pieces of what I do, and then I photograph them, and then I start to show them to the galleries, and then Instagram, and so that's how.
So, do you have a specific set of craftsmen that you are your go-tos that you work with?
Yes.
Okay,
So I have like some. I like to stay with loyal to the people that work well, because it's not every day you find the people that you, yeah, it's sometimes very complicated.
very
So
difficult.
yeah. So I have like I have two carpenters who I really love to work with. They're in France. I have for example, for the ceramic, I go to Portugal because they're very, very good with ceramic. Um, for the stone, I go to Italy because then they're the best for the stone, for travertine and marble. I have Portugal, so for the chairs also. France for the sofa. I mean, it depends. No, I have a
Yes,
new bronzer for the bronze. I have a new place in Spain that I'm testing now. So, yeah,
I love it. Okay,
yeah.
so can you share a specific project or piece that holds a special place in your heart, and what makes it particularly meaningful to you?
I mean, the one that really hold the space is, I mean, they all do, but the one that I started with is my mushrooms. I didn't know it was going to be a table, maybe a sculpture. They are my first pieces that I did, and they started to have a lot of publicity. I really was not expecting that, and I was very, very happy about it. And yeah, and then I started to be known as a mushroom woman. So on my WhatsApp, you have two mushrooms in case you don't know who is Emma Donnersberg. There's two mushrooms, so you remember. And I don't take drugs, so it's only tables. And
Only tables.
only the
That's
tables.
your interiors are your drug of choice.
Exactly. And yeah, I love my mushrooms. I really love. I make them also in ceramics,
Oh, they're
because
beautiful. And
and I
too.
do every color, and I think it's playful and it's fun. It doesn't take itself too
Mhm,
seriously, which I'm not at
mhm,
all. So it's really me basically.
mhm,
I don't take
mhm.
myself seriously at all. So
Yes, same.
my design should not also.
Hmm. Now, and also the mushroom design, you designed it in 2017, and it was really kind of like before its time because mushrooms are having a major
I
moment with
know, I know. Now
avoidance.
they're like super
Yes,
popular, but it
yes.
was no, it was a long time, and
Yes.
it was not popular at all. Actually, it was very strange. Like the gallery, when they saw like, oh my God, the mushroom table, they were like, they were surprised because they hadn't seen some. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was what I felt doing at the time, and maybe I'll do an artichoke, and then it will be famous in 4 years. I don't know. Let's see. The artichoke table.
An eggplant.
Why not? Well, that would be a bit weird.
Okay. How do you stay inspired and continuously push the boundaries of your creativity in in a field as dynamic as interior design?
I look at things. I take the time to look at
Hmm.
things. We have everything in nature. I look at nature. I look at the shapes. I look at the colors. I look at the you have to look. I go to galleries all the time also. I go to museums all the time. It's not about what the others do, but
Yeah.
what you don't have to, and I don't want to be fashionable
Hmm.
because, in French we say has been. Has been is when it's out of fashion, is the word
Hmm.
after fashion.
Hmm.
It's really so. For me, it's I don't try to be in fashion. I just try to be authentic, and it's a real artistic way of being.
Hmm.
Uh, it's just I feel doing things and I do it. I don't do because you have to do. If you tell me, oh no, you have to draw a whole collection and you need that, and if I don't feel it, there is no way I'm going to do it
Hmm.
because I want to stay in the long term also. I don't want to do short term, as a lot of people, unfortunately. It's a society where everything goes fast.
Hmm.
I don't care what people do, really. I really
I'm
don't
just,
care. Yeah, you have to be authentic. You have
mhm,
to really do things because it feels right, not because other people are doing it. There is no, what's the point?
mhm,
What's the point? And maybe sometimes for people it takes longer to make it, so what? But then you want to stay there. You don't want to just disappear in a year and then you've been like, so that's to me the way I am. And so I don't know, I just continue who I am, and
I am
it's
the same. I've never been a follower. I've always done what I feel is right, and I truly believe that things happen at the right time.
things
If
happen
yeah,
always at the right time.
always
And
at the right
also
time.
if it's authentic and if it's right,
Hmm.
it will happen. But and if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. But
Then pivot.
what's the point of being copying others or being, I've been copied for a few pieces and I'm like, well, at least do it right. Because they didn't even do it right. That's not nice to my design that you copy it so badly. I can give you my craftsman who did it, maybe. It's, but so what? Then you follow her and then you don't last. All the
Yes.
like, even like I give you the example with artists. The artists that stays in the art history are the one who were they're ahead of their time. So maybe they were not in fashion at the time. Van Gogh, nobody wanted to buy a Van Gogh
Right.
at the time. I mean,
Yes.
And look at they are the biggest masters because they really continued and they are not. You have to do it because you feel it, not because
Right.
that.
They were true to themselves and didn't bend whenever society told them to bend.
And I
And
think you're good when you do that. When,
I
for
agree.
example, if you don't feel that it's for you to do design and you feel good with I don't know, reading or writing and at the beginning it's a little hard because you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do a career and like being a writer or whatever. But then if if it feels aligned, then the stars open, the road open for you.
Yep.
I
Doors
really believe
doors were
that.
open. I believe it too.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
universe is done
generally
like
not
that.
in the exact same way as you thought. It's in a different kind of
No,
way, but the doors will open for you if
it's the
it's
way
meant to.
the universe
Yeah,
work. I'm very spiritual myself,
me
and
too.
I'm very interested in energies and spirituality, and so I mean it's not the subject today, but it's just the way the universe open. It's
Mm-hmm.
you know
I am
the universe work. I mean doors open when it feels aligned.
when it's right for you. I
Yeah.
agree. Okay, so what are some of the challenges you faced that come with designing furniture and your interior design business, and how did you overcome them? Name like a couple that come to mind.
So for example, I wanted to do a chair and then I started to do the sketch to my graphic designer, but there was nothing to hold it to the floor. So that was a big challenge. I mean, it was a new concept, but no, I mean, the part where you sit was not, was, there was nothing to hold it, but there was something to hold the back. But that was a big challenge because we have to make it like, hold it when you sit on it, but then there is no leg in the front. We're still working on that. but
Oh my
but we will
gosh.
get there. We will
Yeah,
get there.
yes. You'll find a replacement.
Well, Poland did a chair like this, so he worked it. So there is a way to make it hold through the back, but it's a bit
Who
complicated. So
did?
Poland, there is a chair from Poland
Okay.
that
Yeah.
it's just like the Ruben chair, but then where you sit is no front leg. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, you have challenges every day. I mean, you have challenges with suppliers, craftsmen. You have to fight to be on time. Leading times are problems for everybody. It's the same, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're human beings, so,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they have to. I do craftsman. I don't do factory work, so it's sometimes
Yeah,
it takes
it
longer and
does take longer.
yeah.
And I always say that if you want something that everybody has, then we can go to one of these mass-produced stores and find
Yeah,
something. But if you want something that's going to be timeless and nobody has, then it's just going to take longer because it's not been done before.
completely. So the craftsmen also have to work, and it's handmade. For example, some of my stools, the SEP stools, they are handmade. So there is no mold, nothing. So it takes time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It takes time. They paint it, they put in the oven, then they are repainted and re-put in the oven. I mean, it's not like the factory work. So I respect the factory work, but it's not the style I do. It's not what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. 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 As a visionary in the design world, how do you see technology influencing the future of interior and furniture design? And do you incorporate any tech-driven elements in your work currently?
Me, I don't use that at all, so I don't know how it works. I heard that I have a friend, she's doing a lot of design artificial intelligence, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, that's like factory work then. That's the same thing to me. You know what I mean? Like, then what you create really, if it's a machine who is doing it,
Mm-hmm.
I see it as an artistic way of expressing myself, so it's totally different. You see,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's me in my design. If you go on artificial intelligence and it's like, okay, draw me a table that looks like I don't know, Italian 50s and mixed with, then it's not you. Then I don't know. I find it a bit. I don't know honestly how the design will look coming from intelligence, like artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will have its limits, and maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's not the way I want to go for my line of furniture. It's a bit scary,
Mm-hmm.
and I find also a lot of works will disappear with that. You know, like my graphic designer or the people who drew or sketch for me, or so. I don't want to live in a world that is like directed by machine. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I
that's.
agree.
It's like people will write books on intelligence, so then you will not have like a Proust or like all this big writer. Then you know it's the machine that would get inspired by those actually who were master. So then we don't create anymore. I mean, we get inspired because the machine basically records everything that existed and then makes a mix.
Yeah.
So then we're not going. You know what I mean? That's.
So I agree with you. It is scary, and it's almost a little cheating, but
Yeah.
but at the same time, I've taken a course, and I will
That's great.
continue
Yeah, I mean,
to take courses just so
no, you should
don't fall
know.
behind,
No, you're
because
right.
yeah,
You're
and I
right.
think it's a great tool um to use in tandem with your own
Maybe, probably.
design. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me, it's really not where I want to go.
Yeah.
But probably for people, probably for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Would the machine would have drawn a mushroom table because it's allergic to mushroom? I don't think so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But then what do you do yourself in it? So it's a whole question of the machine versus the human.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big philosophical question. But I want to stay with the human for me, my
Mm-hmm.
part. But I don't know what will happen
I agree.
for the young generation, and I don't know. It's a bit strange.
It is strange.
Have to
It's very,
be very careful with all of this because it can be used also in a bad way. So I don't
very
know.
much
Mhm.
so. Yes. Yeah. With studios in New York City and Paris, how do you find balance between having two locations, managing interior design projects, and also designing furniture?
So I'm basically now based in Paris. So
Okay.
since I opened the space in Paris, I have this beautiful space that I'll show you later. That I design all the interior and then all the furniture. So it's kind of showcasing my work here.
Mm-hmm.
So I come to New York very often, but I'm based in Paris. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I used to do both, and now I mean I meet clients, I meet my gallery, but I have my gallery representing my work now, and so it's for interior design. I do more artistic direction.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have, for example, to do a project in Houston, then I'll partner with you, and you know, and I'll always partner with a local architect if I have to do the whole interior design, and
Mm-hmm.
if it's only like and I do the artistic direction, but you cannot follow construction when you're not on the, you know, by yourself. You need to
Mm-hmm.
partner with people that are on
Mm-hmm.
local. So, and then for the furniture line is the galleries that really develop. I mean, represent it. They have the clients and they sell the pieces, and then they just order to my team for the orders. So it's pretty manageable. It's pretty manageable.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a big team?
No, we're very small. We're like 6, 7 people, so we're not big,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I like to keep
Yeah.
things like a family, you know. After
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Same.
like you don't have time to, I don't want more, because then you don't have time to really focus on one project, you
Well,
know.
you don't even have time to be creative. You are
No, you
spending
don't.
all of your time
Yeah.
managing. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
managing,
It's mm-hmm.
and I
It's
don't want
managing.
that. No,
Mm-mm.
that's
Yeah.
not what I want.
It's
Yeah,
not what I want either. It's
I
not
want to keep
appealing to me.
creative, because my work is interior designer. It's not a business developer, you know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so
Is there anything other than interiors and furniture design that you're currently interested in and working on or towards?
maybe it would be fun to do a whole hotel project,
Oh
for
my
example.
gosh. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it would be fun.
It would be so
So
fun.
yeah,
Um, so hotel, like a boutique
like
hotel, so you
a
have
boutique. I would prefer boutique. To me, I would prefer boutique, not like a huge, like, you know. I
mm-hmm.
mean, that would be so much fun, because you can do the whole concept, and kind of what I did here with the showroom. But when you do a hotel, you can do a specific design that you would not live with every day. You know what I mean? You can
Mm-hmm.
really go super creative.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be, you know.
I completely agree. I think that once you start getting into like the really big commercialized spaces, you have all of these guidelines and restrictions, and you're not able to really kind of flex your creativity and
Completely.
right. So
Completely.
that's why I prefer the boutique hotels. I also would
Completely.
love
I
to
agree with
do.
you.
I'm sorry.
No, I totally agree with you, because
Mhm.
if you you work with big corporation, then they restrict you on
Mhm.
everything. So it's
Everything.
not as fun.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
as fun.
No, it's not fun at all.
Yeah.
And I also think that a private jet would be fun.
Oh, that would be so fun. I would love that.
It would be
I would
so fun.
love that. Or yacht, or that would be
Yeah,
so much
yeah,
fun.
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
or
that'd be
yeah.
fun.
That'd be so.
But
I'm
the
putting it out in
plane,
the universe.
yeah, you'd have to. Yeah, the plane would be fun.
It would be so fun.
Yeah,
We're putting that out in the universe for both of us,
yeah,
and
exactly.
it'll happen.
Why not?
Okay. What advice would you give to aspiring designers looking to make a mark in the industry based on your own journey and experiences?
Trust yourself first, because it's very important. Trust your gut feeling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Look at everything you can see, you know. Go, because it's very important. Even like for interior designer, go see all the showrooms, go see all the materials, go see all the fabrics, go see all
Mm-hmm.
the. I mean, go to museums, It's very important to work your eye,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how you will at the end you make a mix, and then you have your own taste. But you first need to see a lot, and then you build your own taste. But first you have to. It's very important to cultivate yourself. That's a big advice. I would go to. I mean, if I wanted to be an interior designer now, I would go to, of course, design school. You know, I would look at which design school is good for me, and then work for an interior designer that I admire, and start there, and then you know, and try not also to let other people um, um, direct your tastes. It really has to come from you after. So that's why I mean I was able to do that, because I didn't work for too long with other designers. I don't know how you know, that's also how would you do. But you know, you have to keep your own originality. It's important.
It's so important. It's so
Yeah,
important. It's like your own individual stamp.
completely.
And even if you are inspired by other people, put your own creative twist on it, and
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just
Don't copy.
yeah
That's my advice.
yeah
Don't copy because
yeah.
there's no point.
Mm-hmm,
It will not last anyway. Nobody will remember it.
mm-hmm,
There's no
mm-hmm,
point.
mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no
Don't
point.
don't copy. So if you have an artist now and he comes and he does a Francis Bacon, I mean, okay, Francis Bacon did it, so you know.
Yeah, 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 for sure. And there's a lot of these artists that do the Mark Rothkos.
Yeah, but then it's
Yeah,
ridiculous. Then that's not artist to
yeah,
me. That's
yeah.
not
No,
art. It's just like trying to sell something.
mm-hmm,
You'd rather do carpets or you'd rather do that or sell a car. For me, the same.
mm-hmm,
So it's,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, it has no artistic tool in that. When you copy someone else and you just try to exist through someone else, that doesn't work.
yeah.
We have a question
Okay.
from Monica. If we believe the industry is inclusive and supportive of women. Hi, Kiki. I know Kiki. I love Kiki.
Oh,
She's the person that develops my Instagram.
oh, she does
uh,
your Instagram?
yeah,
Oh,
she's in Mexico now, I
hi,
think.
Kiki.
She's Mexican. Yeah, I'm very attached to Mexican people because I also
I love.
represent. Oh yeah, because I signed Ileana Magoda with a fantastic artist, and she's the only artist I represent. She's a Mexican artist and unbelievable work, unbelievable. So I'm her agent on top of everything, trying to
Wow.
develop her work and put it in big collections, and we'll see with institutions and galleries. So very exciting. Is it male dominated? For construction, yes. In France, yeah. I guess in the US
Yeah.
also. Yeah, and they're very macho, and you have to deal with them,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. And they're very like old school macho, so it
Mm-hmm.
really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I had a very bad experience here with some people, but also very good ones with others. So depend on the human being you have in front of
Mm-hmm.
you. But
Mm-hmm.
if you do interior design and architecture, definitely you have to deal with it's male dominated for sure,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, but it's nothing you can't get around. It's just it's another challenge that you deal with,
With
and
construction, it's a big
it's
challenge. Huh? It's a big challenge.
it is a
To me, it was a
challenge.
very big
It
challenge.
is a challenge, and you learn quickly which people, which tradespeople you can trust and you want to move forward with in other future projects, and then you learn which that
Yeah, and
you
then the other,
not.
you never work with them
Yeah,
anymore, and that's it. End of
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
story.
yeah.
Just
But
not waste time on those
but
people.
whenever
But I had pretty
it's
bad experiences.
yeah, I same, but I generally I am just professional, firm, and continue throughout the project because you can't let your client
No,
down.
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure. No,
yeah.
no, I agree with you. But it's a
It's a
challenge, for sure.
challenge. Yes, it is.
That if I was a guy, I would not have. That's for
It's
sure.
for sure, for sure.
No, I
Yeah.
collaborated with architects that were male, and they didn't have this problem. So you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Can you share behind the scenes glimpse into your
Yeah.
studio
Mhm.
and your
Excitement.
workspace and show us all of your beautiful, stunning creations?
So let me turn around. How do I turn this? Hold on, because I'm not the best, as I can tell you. Can I turn around the? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So
Oh,
let's see.
oh
So
my goodness.
this is a king here who's sleeping on top.
Hi.
He's the king of the house. But so this is the space
Wow.
where we all work every day
So beautiful.
with the library, and then this is a new chair actually that I just came out
Stunning.
with. So
Stunning.
yeah, I haven't
Ah.
commercialized it yet. And then this, you can see the mirror, for example, is in
Mm-hmm.
ceramic.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's all this like craftsman work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did all the, of course, all the interiors also. You can see here the
Oh my goodness, that
kitchen.
fireplace.
Yeah, it's nice. And then my art
Stunning.
collection that I put, so I have all my art collection. And then I have a lot of Ileana's pieces that I show you. So this is,
Mm.
for example, her drawings. And then here, and then here we have, so the
Oh,
with the sofa. So this is a wave sofa.
I,
You see?
I, I did not realize that you were the designer behind the sofa. I
Oh,
am so
thank
obsessed with this sofa.
you. You have to
It-
put it in your
Please.
projects.
Yes, yes. I'm working on that. It's gonna happen.
And it's very sexy
It's
from the back. I'll show you.
stunning. Everything. It's so good.
You see from the back? Hold on. It's hard because I don't have a lot of, but it comes all the way down.
It's so beautiful. It really
So
is.
that's the
It's a work of art.
place. And then this is Ileana's work here,
Stunning.
which I love.
Mm.
And then I have more here. Well, I just got a lot of pieces
Oh.
today, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm still unpacking. This is also her work here. Here with
Beautiful.
all the flowers, and because I'm very inspired by nature, and she's too, so it's all the flowers. And then what do I have? I cannot show very much the kitchen because I will be published and they want exclusivity. But let me show you I have an Ileana's room. I'll show you. So this is Ileana's room.
Oh
It's our little museum here.
gosh. Wow.
Yeah, with a mushroom. We have the gold mushroom, which is a new
Just,
one. You
just a
can
beauty.
see the top.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It's all engraved with like acid,
Wow.
and it comes like this under. And
Stunning.
then we have more Ileana's pieces here and here, and then here,
Mm.
here, and that's it.
I love it.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
So
for your
I'm
time. You're so sweet.
I'm just doing a couple of really quick closing fun questions and
Yes, of
then
course.
we will complete. Okay. I always like to have these at the end because they're fun, they're memorable, and relatable to the audience. So, um, if you could design a space for any celebrity or historical figure, who would it be and why?
Oh, wow. That's a historical figure or celebrity. Oh, that's a tough question.
It's
Uh,
it's
ah, that's a very tough question. Because the problem is that, like, if I find, like, for example, you know, Frida Kahlo, the painter, I don't know why she came to my mind. But at the same time, I don't know if because she's an artist, so
if she
would
would
she let
be
someone
it's
design, you know?
it's okay. It's a general question. So Frida Kahlo, that's a great answer though,
I
and
love,
very
I
unexpected. I
love
love
her
that.
work, and I
I
visited her
love
house when I
her.
was in Mexico, so
Yes.
that's why I'm thinking about her.
Yes. Um,
Or like
I
a president, an American president, but old, not the new ones, the old, because, yeah,
we
no
understand.
comment. Yeah.
Okay, okay. What's a hidden talent or hobby that you have outside of design that most people might not know about?
No, I'm obsessed with art. I'm really obsessed with art. Obsessed. It's. I have to chill because I think I'm drugged with art. Like I keep like looking for new artists. I mean, I think with I told Ileana earlier today that I'm so happy to work with her because I'm sure I found a new Picasso. That's to tell you where I am. I mean, I am obsessed. I always look for artists like all the time from Instagram for art fairs, like who is the artist that really brings something, will stay in art history. I mean, it's really like a insane hobby. I mean, insane. It's getting to, I have to chill. I don't know if they have rehab for that, but because I really like, it takes a lot of time from me. Actually, these days I have to. Sometimes I even spend too much time when I have my work also, and it's really like I'm going to London soon to see Artist Studio. I go to see also who won the Royal Academy. You know, the Royal Academy Master, and so it's cool. I love that. I love that.
So
And
I
I
have
try
the
to
same.
do art fairs and mix it with, you know.
I have the same obsession, but mine is with artists, furniture, and lighting, and interesting. Like I could spend hours going down rabbit holes finding these
I was like this. I was like this,
small
and I
artists
was like this.
of
Then I
it's
started my. I was like this for years, and then this really. I mean, I still love that, but since I do my own collection now, then I don't know why this obsession shifted to the art when it was designed before. It was obsessive with design. And then now
obsessed.
it's, I go to the flea market every Sunday in Paris. There is a flea market here that is insane.
Oh,
When you come to Paris, you would die. It's like a town. It's a town, and it's only antique. It's, it's really, really cool. If you come, I'll bring you. I mean,
okay.
I know every single dealer there. I'm there every Sunday for the last 20 years.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay, I'm covered.
And I have
100%.
lunch there every Sunday, and yeah, it's super cool.
Okay. Um, if you had to choose one color to define your design aesthetic, what would it be and why?
Green.
Green.
Nature, green nature. I love green. I'm obsessed with
I
green.
love
I
green.
collect, I have a huge green painting now that is coming. That is like, I bought in Chicago from Marianne Ibrahim's last show in Chicago. And it's about plants and nature. It's Argentinian artist, and it's green. And then I just got this one that I actually exchanged. She's a very good artist, and I actually exchanged for like
Oh,
some my furniture because I do artist exchanges.
wow. It's stunning.
It's
Oh,
stunning.
yeah, really beautiful.
Stunning.
Is it paint?
It's paint. Yeah, it's paint. It's Marcela Barcelo. She's a very, very like fine artist. She's her father is Miguel Barcelo. Is a very famous Spanish artist. This is also her here. This is my first real big piece that I got from her. The first
This is
artist that,
very like otherworldly.
yeah,
This
completely.
yeah, right?
Yeah, but you see, when I say it's unique,
Yeah, it's very
this
unique.
no, so I love her work because it's her. That's why I collect her. I love Ileana because Ileana, it's her.
Yeah.
It's her work. It's her. She needs that to be on earth. You know, she needs to do it all the time because it's a way of living for her. And look at this. I mean, for me, this is a museum piece. Look at this.
This is incredible.
This you would one day she will be in a museum. Remember me. I'm sure it's too
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's unbelievable. So, but green for sure.
Okay, green. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is
Thank
such
you.
a treat. I am so
You're
grateful
so
to you and your
sweet.
time
Thank you.
and all of the beauty that you put into the world. It's just so inspiring,
Thank
and
you.
I really am so grateful to get to know you
Me
better and to
too.
have this conversation today. Um,
Thank you
where
so much.
no. Thank you. The honor is 100% mine.
Oh,
Where can the
let's keep in
audience?
touch.
Yes,
Let's keep in touch. And
please,
say,
and
and
I'll
tell me
send
for
over.
LA. Tell me
Yes,
for LA because, and then
I'll
also
send
let me know
further.
when you come to. Let me know when you come to Europe because we can definitely meet up.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I'll keep you posted. Where can the audience find out more about you and follow along on your journey?
So they can basically follow me on my Insta,
Okay.
and then they can come and see my place if they're in Paris. I would be very happy to welcome anyone. And then they can contact me if they want to send me an email through my website and anything, or on my Insta. I read my Insta. Even if Kiki is doing the Insta, I read I read the messages and I respond myself.
Me Me too. Okay,
Yeah.
so I will include your website and your Instagram in the show notes. And again, thank you. Thank you to
Thank you
everyone who joined us
so
today. It
much.
was such a pleasure. Have a
Thank
good
you. Have a
evening.
good day. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.